Section 1. The Incident. Elias Eli Kincaid didn't stand out at first glance. At 86, he moved with a limp and wore the same sun-faded parka every Thursday, dusty blue, threadbare at the elbows, a faint ghost of his name stitched above the chest. His routine was as dependable as clockwork. Stop at the corner market, grab a cup of diner coffee, then make the slow journey home down Arbor Lane in Fairhaven, Oregon. That morning, the wind was biting, and Eli clutched a small brown bag containing a loaf of sourdough and a tin of eucalyptus drops. As he passed the usual stretch of parked motorcycles outside Boiler Room Bar, his coat barely brushed against a polished chrome handlebar. It jiggled, but didn't fall. Eli stopped, turned, raised his hand in apology. "Didn't mean to touch it, young man," he said with a soft, steady voice. "Guess I'm broader in the shoulders than I thought." The biker didn't see a mistake. He saw an old man. Without a word, the younger man in mirrored aviators stepped forward and slapped Eli hard across the face. The smack cracked like a rifle report off the brick facade. Eli stumbled, falling onto the cold concrete. His paper bag split open. The bread rolled into the gutter. Laughter erupted from the crowd outside the bar. Phones stayed in pockets. Nobody helped. Eli sat up slowly, wincing, not from pain, but humiliation. His knee trembled, and his hand brushed the bread clean, as if the dust and grit could be wiped away along with his shame. The biker already turned back to his friends, laughing like nothing had happened. Eli spotted his cane lying in the street, but didn't go for it yet. Instead, he pulled himself upright using a rusty lamppost, then limped to the nearest bench, settling in with a quiet sigh. The chill in the air bit deeper than it had 10 minutes before. Long ago, he'd crawled through burning Humvees into Crete to pull brothers out alive. Today, he couldn't get a passerby to pick up a walking stick. From his coat pocket, he withdrew an old flip phone, its paint scratched and keys worn. Only one number was programmed on speed dial: Falcon, emergencies only. He pressed the button, then leaned back and waited. Section 2. When the Sky Moved. 15 minutes passed. Eli hadn't shifted once. Then, something subtle changed. The pavement shivered. A barista at the cafe across the street paused mid-pour. A bus driver looked up through the windshield. A dog began to bark in a nearby parked car. And then came the sound. Heavy, rotating, like thunder rolling low and fast. Eyes turned skyward. From behind the rooftops of downtown Fairhaven, a matte jet Blackhawk helicopter roared into view, its blades slicing through the misty air. Phones whipped out. Mouths dropped open. The bravado from the bar disappeared. The chopper touched down in the field behind a row of stores. At the same time, a blacked-out SUV skidded to a stop at the curb. Doors flew open. 12 figures in tactical gear stepped out in synchronized precision. No yelling, no hesitation, every move sharp and rehearsed. From the helicopter emerged a man. No sunglasses, no barked commands, just pure authority. Colonel Lucas Kincaid, 52, muscular, calm, eyes hard as riverstone, walked without pause to the bench where his father sat. Eli looked up and nodded. Lucas knelt, gently wiping a speck of dried blood from Eli's cheek. "I got here as fast as I could, Pop." Across the street, the biker froze mid-laugh. His stomach dropped when he saw the patch on Lucas's arm. U.S. Army Special Forces. The realization hit like a freight train. He had just struck the wrong man. Section 3. Confrontation and Consequence. Colonel Kincaid stood up. He didn't yell. He didn't wave his arms. But his presence demanded silence. He turned toward the bar crowd. "Which one of you laid a hand on a veteran?" he asked. No one spoke, no one blinked. Finally, a biker stepped forward, raising his hands casually. "He bumped my bike, man. Just some old guy." Lucas took a measured step forward. Old guy earned 3 Bronze Stars, a Purple Heart, and dragged 2 men out of a collapsed convoy in Iraq. The tension on the street turned electric. One man near the bar muttered, "Here we go, military trying to flex." Lucas's voice stayed level. "This isn't about power. It's about decency. My father bled for this country, and today he bled on a sidewalk while the world watched and laughed." He raised his hand. A soldier radioed in. 2 minutes later, a police car arrived. No sirens, just gravity. Lucas didn't explain. He pointed. The biker didn't resist. Cuffs clicked shut. His defiance dissolved like sugar in rain. Section 4. When the town woke up. As the cruiser pulled away, something shifted. A woman with silver-streaked curls walked up to Eli and handed him a clean handkerchief. "I didn't say anything. I'm sorry," she murmured. He accepted it with a nod. Then came others. A boy, no more than 10, stepped up and saluted, jaw set with pride. A local mailman stood straight at attention. A middle-aged man in an old Air Force jacket did the same. Soon, a line of veterans had formed shoulder to shoulder, wordless, solid as stone. Eli didn't puff up with pride. He simply exhaled, like a weight he'd carried for years had finally been lifted. By evening, the video went viral. No music, no flashy cuts, just the truth. Respect the elder. The man in the parka. By morning, news anchors were reporting on Eli Kincaid. The bar issued a weak apology. Nobody cared. The mayor called Lucas personally. "We want to honor your father," he said. Lucas answered, if it's for him, not a headline, he'll be there.